Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is the official first of maybe many Resident Evil Requiem video. Yep, it's the first Resident Evil 9 video. I was gonna wait this video up until September because I was thinking about it. In September, I was thinking of actually making a video when we have a lot more information, a lot to cover up with the game. Or I can wait at least until like around that time, or maybe around the end of the year to do a video. But come on, we still have a few months left till the year. Why not make a video now and then make the new video? There's some new stuff about Resident Evil 8 and so Resident Evil 9. We'll talk about it. So I briefly talked about Resident Evil 8 in the Games Fest when they first revealed the game. I talked about it pretty briefly, not a lot, but now with gameplays and screenshots, which I'm gonna post it around this entire video, screenshots and gameplay have been around the internet. Watched some. Goddamn, I'd say it's really quite of a interesting game. But I'll talk about the game and how I feel about it through this trailer. So the new gameplay trailer starts off you being in the hotel, a nice like little hotel, and it's not gonna be an apartment. It's probably a hotel 9 times out of 10. Kind of reminds me of the apartments from Resident Evil 3 remake. It's giving me that kind of vibes. Starting an apartment, just like very similar to RE3. It's interesting. We see Grace with her mother, Alyssa Ashcroft, together, talking about discussing things, and then all of a sudden there's a phone call. Grace picked it up, and the guy behind it said, Miss Ashcroft, and then hangs up. What is basically is gonna be the main villain, which I'll discuss the main villain in a bit later. So we continue seeing, which I assume is the prologue. The power went off. You can take control. You meet the guy, one of the crew members of the hotel, got basically manhunt plastic bag to death, quite literally, got manhunt styled, crazy, and then they ran off. And then by the end of the trailer, the killer, or basically the villain, was in the room the entire time, has killed Alyssa Ashcroft, which I believe sets up the game itself. And that's basically it. There was some gameplay as well, and gameplay trailers and everything, and gameplay footage, so I'm not knowing what's going on maybe. So I'm just gonna let it in, and I'll give my opinions on the games. So here's my own thing about Resident Evil 8 and what I think the game's gonna be about. The game is gonna give, like, the vibe the game's giving me. It gives me Resident Evil 7 vibe, yet also kind of gives me RE3 remake vibe as well with it. I do believe, to me, the game will have more of a dark psychological horror kind of element. Very dark and eerie. I even looked at the title screen of Resident Evil Requiem. It kind of gives me that vibe of very dark, eerie. And heck, the game gives me, even from the first trailer, it gave off Resident Evil 7 vibe, which is really good. And hell, one of the monsters in the game, the monster is basically a stalker monster and looks like a big woman that looks like she'd be terrifying. It's really scary. It's not big, luscious tits, vampiric woman, or a freaking female, tall, big one that just shows titties and ass and everybody goes cream in their fucking pants. It's more of an actual beast monster. It's grotesque, it's terrifying, and by the looks of things and how I see it, it represents the Alyssa Ashcroft. I believe Alyssa, she got injected with the virus. Now, a lot of people say, what kind of virus is it? Like, is it an actual virus? Is it a T virus? Is it a G virus? It could be possibly the Megamycete, most likely. And if you look back on the shot I'll pull a picture right now. Even the main villain, if you look at him, he looks ill. Remind me of Virgil though. He kind of reminds me of Virgil for real from DMC5. He put 2 pictures. God damn, this really reminds me of Virgil though. He's playing the Virgil cosplay. He's like, I have to go, or some shit like that. It's funny. That's funny. It's hilarious. So I'm let this out the way. It's not Wesker. Okay, I'm just gonna let this out the way. It is not Wesker. Everybody and their mother, they say it's Wesker. They say Wesker this, Wesker that. I do not think it's Wesker. It could be somebody from Alyssa's past. Could be a character from Outbreak that got resurrected and turned to a villain. Maybe has a revenge plot. Again, we do not know a lot about the game. And the game will focus a lot on horror. Heck, Capcom even said it. We were originally thinking of Leon being a main character in RE9 and being a kind of a online co-op kind of open world Resident Evil title. And that idea was completely scrapped and completely shut down. Which I'm most likely that the premise is probably going to be used later. Because I know Capcom's not going to ditch something like that off the ground and that's it. Probably going to use it for something in the future. You'll see. But I'm glad they go with more horror approach and it's more Resident Evil 7. Now here's just a thought and just on my opinion about the whole thing. I'm still not sure if I'm getting the game 100%, if I'm fully sold. I need more trailer, I need more things to know about the game. I need more things that convince me to get the game. I want to get it. I want to get it just as because I'm a fan and I make videos for games that I'll be basically purchasing and getting, or maybe there's some interest. But due to the last main title being a disappointment, and I might delete most of the videos from RE7, RE8, and probably delete the freaking stream because I fucking hated that game. Maybe not. It's just, to me, I can go in this, I can get the game, but go in with a very low expectation, like I did with Resident Evil 8. But also, I want the game has an identity. I want a game to have an identity, has its own thing, and not rehashing, or try to be like, oh, I'm piggybacking back on Resident Evil, because I want 9 to piggyback ride and ride the coattails of Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake. I want its own thing, and it's gotta be its own thing. I really want it to be its own thing. Grace as a character feels pretty generic for Resident Evil. Very generic. From now, I'm seeing for 2 trailers, but I still don't want to judge her way too early. I need to wait for things to go in. You play little as a fucking introvert, which basically encompasses a bunch of the Resident Evil fandom. Hey, I'm an introvert myself. I'm kind of roasting myself to a degree. So hey, it's fine to roast yourself. But so again, I'm sure that possibly Leon, might be in the game. There's no way they name dropped Leon and that time and say, maybe Leon might be in the game or something. That's not gonna be in the game. Capcom trolled us in the freaking games in the Summer Game Fest. I think they're doing it again. I'm sure they're doing it again. So I do believe that Leon might be involved in some way, shape, or form. And here's another thing about this game that I wish they would do. Stick to one genre. The problem I have with Resident Evil Village is that every single area, it has every kind of horror. You have creepy horror, imagery horror, and you got body horror, and then you got freaking submergent horror and all that. It's trying to be everything at one, and it fucking fumbles so bad. I want the game to be I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a psychological, creepy horror from start to finish. I don't want halfway or at the very end before you fight the final boss. Oh, you go all ash, just go fucking gun shooting, going crazy with I'm not gonna see Leon. down from the helicopter with a bunch of fucking like mercenaries or something and say, okay, time to clean this up. Bang, bang, just like, you know, like Chris Redfield did in Resident Evil 8. I don't want that. I want the game to be creepy horror, very similar to 7. I believe they take Resident Evil 7 as the basis, which is good. Because Resident Evil 7 is a good freaking game. Take the page out of that and put it into here. That's the best you can make with this game. And I want to some degree want to play and like the game. But again, that's it. As yet, I still have 6 months to think if I even gonna get the game. And another thing I'll say about this whole Resident Evil like Requiem videos I'm gonna make, if I'm not interested in the game, there could be a potential I might delete this video in the near future. I'm not sure. And if I'm not interested in the game or not interested in making content about Resident Evil 9, I will just make one simple video. And that's basically it. And I'm probably deleting this and the videos after that if I have no interest. Again, it's up to me. I want this game, to me personally, to be its own thing, just like Resident Evil 7, being its own identity, and not try to piggyback right on another game just because the other game's getting remade. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. But yeah, I definitely believe the game's gonna be great, and I wanted to play a demo. And the demo's gonna come out. I mean, obviously, Capcom knows they have made demos of every single Resident Evil title up to this point in the RE engine. So they put a demo here. If it's not interesting, and I felt the game was or mediocre, I'll watch a playthrough and probably delete most of the Resident Evil Requiem videos. That's it. I will stream it though. When the demo comes out, I will stream it day one, streaming that bitch immediately. I will stream it on YouTube and give you guys my thoughts. Until then, everything. So from the trailers itself, the gameplay trailer I saw in the Gamescom is pretty dang good, but does not make me say, oh, I'm sold. That's yet to be seen. It remains to be seen, and we'll see in the future will I continue making Resident Evil 9 content, or I'm pretty much ditching it and do something else. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. I just rambled a little bit at the very end. Again, there's not too much thing to say, but I had to say, put that bullet point in to drop the freaking home my point when it comes to Resident Evil. So yeah, the title's gonna be pretty much my thoughts on Resident Evil Requiem so far. So that's the title. Blah. I just said the title of the video. So yeah, that's the end, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. What are your thoughts on the game? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think there's a chance? What are your thoughts on it? Are you still not good with it? Leave it down in the comments. I like to know. I want to know, and I would like to know what's your thoughts on it. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.